Hello? Is this on? Oh, I'm recording. Oh, okay. Hey guys. Hey. I needed to get some orange juice at Walmart and they were out of orange juice. And they just finally got some orange juice back. So, here we go. I'm recording a video cuz I'm now back from Walmart cuz I needed some orange juice. Anyways, what's up guys? How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. It's been a hot minute. We'll get into that later. But first things first, man, here we go. We've seen a lot of people on YouTube do what if every player was in their prime? What if every player returned to the team that drafted them? But we've never combined the two. Until today, of course. As we now have, what if every NBA player returned to the team that they were drafted by and they were in their prime? No one's done this yet. If they have, I haven't seen it. So apologies to anyone that has done this before. But I think I'm the first one to do this. Now, for the roster, you guys can go ahead and download it. You can search by my PSN, which is at CSB_YT. I think you can see it. No, you can't see it. All right, well, anyway, it's at CSB_YT. So we're going to go ahead, take a look at the rosters here, and then go ahead and simulate a full season and see who ends up winning the NBA championship. So here is what I believe to be the best team in this entire roster, all right? You got the Sixers, which, of course, if this was just, who they drafted, this would still be kind of a good team. Embiid, Simmons, Vucevic, Iggy is in his prime. He wouldn't really be in his prime if this wasn't a roster where he's in his prime. Drew Holiday, Lou Williams, Thaddeus Young, Evan Turner, Michael Carter-Williams, Jahlil Okafor, Elfrid Payton, Rashawn Holmes, Jeremy Grant, Landry Shamet, and Markelle Fultz. That is a pretty good team. This team is so deep, too. They have depth at pretty much every single position. So, depth really should not be an issue for them. The Bucks with prime Dirk Nowitzki and prime Giannis Antetokounmpo, which is pretty much right now because Giannis hasn't really hit his prime yet. But still, a prime Dirk and Giannis right now, that's a little too unfair. And you also have Andrew Bogut, who I'm pretty sure everyone forgets. He actually went #1 in the draft in 2005. I totally forgot that. Jabari Parker, Ersan Ilyasova, John Henson, Jody Meeks, Norman Powell, John Lure, Thon Maker. Now, some of these teams do not have a full 13 players that drafted, well, that they did draft. So they are filled out, like I'll show you on the Cavs. They're filled out with these filler players. If you go to the historic teams, these are the players that are there, except they're not a 40 overall. I went ahead and just made the same dude a 40 overall, except one has 2 badges, one has not. I mean, really, the badges don't matter because, the badges are what? Keep it real and reserved. So, back to the Bulls now, all right? The Bulls are extremely deep at center. LaMarcus Aldridge, who really can play power forward, so I'm going to go ahead and change him to power forward real quick just because I can. But center, they got Joakim Noah, Yusuf Nurkic, who was actually drafted by the Bulls, Wendell Carter Jr., and Bobby Portis, LaMarcus Aldridge, Taj Gibson, James Johnson, Jordan Bell, who was drafted by the Bulls and then bought by the Warriors for like $3 million. Jimmy Butler, Denzel Valentine, Tony Snell, Gary Harris, who was drafted by the Bulls, traded to the Nuggets on draft night, and obviously prime Derrick Rose. The Cleveland Cavaliers, led by LeBron James, Kyrie Irving, Andrew Wiggins. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that 86 overall rating. I just downloaded a all players in prime roster off of 2K Share that I thought looked the most correct, but it's not like this Cavs team is going to be anything too crazy. Jamal Crawford, though, in his prime, 85 overall, Jay Crowder, Danny Green, Tristan Thompson, Deion Waiters, Colin Sexton, Joe Harris, Alan Crabb, Tyus Jones, and then the filler players that I did mention. The Celtics team isn't as good as I thought it would be, but then again, I'm used to them having Horford and Kyrie Irving and, all of these guys that they didn't actually draft. So Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Avery Bradley, Jeff Green, Gerald Green. But other than that, man, this team is not looking too hot. The Clippers, Blake Griffin, Tyson Chandler, DeAndre Jordan, Eric Gordon. This team is very, very, very top heavy. Also, Miles Bridges was drafted by the Clippers, traded to the Hornets on draft night. Reggie Bullock was also drafted by the Clippers. But really, this team is going to get killed with their depth. That is definitely where they are going to get destroyed. The Grizzlies, this is the worst team. This is by far the worst team. You got Kyle Lowry, Mike Conley. That's a nice little point guard, shooting guard combo, even though they both played point guard. Jaren Jackson Jr., Damari Carroll, Jarrell Martin, Javon Carter, and then a bunch of filler players. So this is definitely the worst team. I am not expecting them to win over 20 games. The Hawks, led by Pau Gasol, Al Horford, Luka Doncic, who was drafted by the Atlanta Hawks, traded to the Mavs, and then Trae Young was drafted by the Mavs, traded to the Hawks. Jeff Teague, John Collins, Dennis Schroeder, Marvin Williams, Kelly Oubre Jr. was drafted by the Hawks. Did not know that. Mike Scott, James Ennis III, Kevin Huerter, Raul Neto, and then those guys who aren't really going to be making a difference. But hey, Pau Gasol and Al Horford as your front court with Luka and Jeff Teague, that's low-key kind of nice. The Miami Heat is a team that I was not really expecting to be too great, and they're not really great whatsoever. I mean, obviously led by the third best shooting guard of all time, Dwayne Wade. You got Bojan, who was actually drafted by the Heat, never played a game for them. Josh Richardson, Bam Adebayo, Justice Winslow, Shabazz Napier. Remember when the Heat took Shabazz Napier to make LeBron happy, and then LeBron went back to Cleveland. And then a bunch of filler players. So really, they're not going to be doing too well, but Dwayne Wade will do most of the carrying on offense with Bojan, with Josh Richardson, and then Bam Adebayo is a nice center. But, I mean, going against these prime players, it really isn't going to be too great. Charlotte Hornets, this team is actually not awful. Kemba Walker, Tobias Harris was drafted by the Bobcats. So was DJ Augustine. So was Raymond Felton, which, if you are ever questioning your life, Raymond Felton went 5th overall in the draft. All right? Raymond Felton went 5th overall in the draft. Raymond Felton went 5th in the draft. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, Cody Zeller, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Dwight Powell, Jared Dudley, Malik Monk, Frank Kaminsky. Not really too great there in terms of ratings, but in terms of this roster, I think they are definitely a good team. But, I mean, no small forwards, but Tobias or MKG or Jared Dudley, for that matter, can play the starting small forward. The Jazz, Gordon Hayward, Paul Millsap, Enes Kanter, CJ Miles, Taurean Prince, Alec Burks, Rodney Hood. Josh Hart was actually drafted by the Jazz. I did not know that. Thomas Bryant was also drafted by the Jazz. Costa Kufos, Trey Lyles, Gorgie Jang, Dante Exum, Grayson Allen. So this team also not too bad. The Kings. This is low-key a sleeper team, all right? You get Boston Celtics Isaiah Thomas and then De'Aaron Fox to back him up. You get Tyreek Evans before he got, banned from the league for 2 years, and this was back when he was actually good. Power forward, you got Marvin Bagley III, and then at center, you got DeMarcus Cousins, Hassan Whiteside, Willie Cauley-Stein, Bismack Biyombo, and Zach Collins. So, definitely this front court is not to be messed with whatsoever with DeMarcus Cousins and Hassan Whiteside. This is a team that I think could go pretty far in the playoffs at the end of, this season. The Knicks with Kristaps, Danilo Gallinari, Wilson Chandler, Nene, Iman Shumpert, Trevor Ariza, Tim Hardaway Jr., Channing Frye, Mitchell Robinson, but I'm not really expecting them to do too much there. The Lakers, this team definitely I thought would be somewhat better, but then again, I'm not surprised with the final outcome. Marc Gasol was drafted by the Lakers. If you don't remember, pretty much in the Pau Gasol trade, it was Pau Gasol for Marc Gasol, and then Kwame Brown was also included in that. D'Angelo Russell, Julius Randle, Brandon Ingram, Lonzo, Larry Nance Jr. Patrick Beverley was drafted by the Los Angeles Lakers. I did not know that. I was pretty surprised. But other than that, I mean, that's pretty much it. I mean, this team is still going to do some damage. I mean, other than the fact that they don't have a starting shooting guard, but, that's besides the point. The Magic, this team low-key kind of scary. They don't have a point guard, but they got Vic, they got JJ Redick, they got Courtney Lee, Jonathan Isaac, Super Mario Hezonja, Aaron Gordon, Domantas Sabonis, who was drafted by the Magic, traded to the Thunder on draft night, Dario Saric, Ivan Rabb, Tomato, Dwight Howard, Mo Bamba, Kyle O'Quinn, and Zaza. So this team is definitely going to be making some noise. The Mavericks, this team is not going to do well whatsoever. I have no confidence in this team to do well. You got Trae Young, Dennis Smith Jr., Kelly Olynyk, Jalen Brunson, Tyler Zeller, Mike Muscala, Justin Anderson, and that's it. So definitely not expecting this team to do anything. It'll be interesting to see how many points Trae Young averages, trying to carry this team to relevance in this sim. The Nets with Brook Lopez, Kyle Korver was drafted by the Nets. Did not know that. Kuzma was drafted by the Nets and then traded to the Lakers on draft night because the D'Lo trade was official on draft night or whatever the case is. Derek Favors, Ryan Anderson, Jared Allen, Mason Plumlee, and just the rest of these guys. I was not going to try to pronounce those names because I don't really feel like it. Now, Melo isn't technically on an NBA roster, all right? But I thought it'd be more fun if we had prime Melo in here, all right? You guys can sue me all you want. This is my video. I can do what I want, all right? So you got Melo, you got Jokic, you got Rudy Gobert, who was drafted by the Nuggets. Donovan Mitchell was also drafted by the Nuggets. Jamal Murray, Kenneth Faried, Emmanuel Mudiay, Evan Fournier, Malik Beasley, Monty Morris, Michael Porter Jr., Doug McDermott. So this team is actually pretty deep and pretty scary. The Pacers, man, I can't wait for everyone in the comments to say, man, the Pacers traded Kawhi for George Hill. The Pacers could have had Kawhi Leonard. Spurs told us to draft Kawhi, damn it. the Spurs told the Pacers to draft Kawhi. And that's all I'm going to say about that. Kawhi and PG with Lance, Miles Turner, Karis LeVert, who was traded for Thad Young on draft night, Miles Plumlee, Davis Bertans, who was traded in the Kawhi deal, but he was like a future pick that ended up being him, obviously. Jared Bayless, I think, was traded to the Blazers on draft night for the rights to Roy Hibbert. Solomon Hill, Aaron Holiday, TJ Leaf, and just, these guys. So, Pelicans now. This team could actually be something, all right? I'm not really too sure what this team could be, but it could be something, all right? CP3, Darren Collison, Austin Rivers, J.R. Smith, Buddy Hield. Small forwards isn't really looking too good. Power forwards not really looking too good, but front court you're set with Anthony Davis and Nerlens Noel. The Pistons have actually drafted really well. It's just they give up on some guys. Like Chris Middleton, they kind of gave up on him, and now he's an all-star. Greg Monroe, I don't know if he was playing too well. I mean, like, he was a solid, like, 16 and 10 guy for them, but I don't really remember why they let him go, but, it is what it is. Brandon Knight, not sure if he was an 85 overall. Actually, yes, he was an 85 overall. I mean, scoring 18 points a game. Spencer Dinwiddie, Amir Johnson, KCP, Jonas Jerebko. Really nothing too crazy with this team, but they do draft pretty well. The Raptors, this team is not good, all right? This team is definitely not good. I'm not expecting anything from this team whatsoever. The Rockets have drafted so well, other than point guard, all right? Other than point guard, this team has drafted very well. Jeremy Lamb, Chandler Parsons, Nicholas Batum was drafted by the Rockets. So was Dylan Brooks. So was Rudy Gay and Mirotic and Marcus Morris Sr. and Patrick Patterson and Sam Decker. Capella, Montrezl Harrell, and Isaiah Hartenstein. Like, this team is drafted pretty well. I would not be surprised if the Rockets end up making it far in this sim. The Spurs, you got Tony Parker, Dragic, George Hill, Derek White, and Dejounte Murray. So this team is stacked at point guard and not really stacked anywhere else. The Suns, Rondo, Devin Booker, Luol Deng was drafted by the Suns, DeAndre Ayton, TJ Warren, but nothing else too crazy there. The team that probably should end up winning the championship in this sim, all right, you got Westbrook, you got Bledsoe, you got Reggie Jackson, you got James Harden, you got Kevin Durant, you got Serge Ibaka, you got Steven Adams, so there's no reason why they should not win. The Timberwolves look pretty nice, all right? You got Rubio, you got Chris Dunn, you got Trey Burke, Zach LaVine, Corey Brewer, Kevin Love and Lauri Markkanen, and Karl Anthony Towns. This team looks pretty good, not gonna lie. 3 teams left. The Blazers, I'm just going to quickly go through them because, I've already been talking for way too long now. The Warriors. All right, Vince Carter was drafted by the Warriors. And so this team just became infinitely unfair with a 96 overall Steph and a 95 overall Vince Carter. All right, like, I'm just saying, this team just became infinitely unfair. Clay, Marco Bellinelli, Vince Carter, Harrison Barnes, Draymond, Damian Jones, Ekpe Udoh, who was drafted in 2010. And then the Wizards, nothing really too crazy about the Wizards. They're just kind of in the middle of the pack. But with all that being said, we're going to go ahead and simulate the season now. Actually, I'm going to simulate to the All-Star break, show you guys who made the All-Stars, who made the All-Star team, and all that fun stuff. And then after that, we'll simulate to the end of the year. So here we are, All-Star break. The Sixers are 42-16. Let's go ahead and see what the standings are looking like here at the All-Star break. The Bucks, led by Giannis and Dirk, 42-15. Sixers right behind them. The Hawks are doing well, which is kind of surprising. Actually, no, it's not. Never mind. I'm thinking of the Grizzlies. I am thinking of the Grizzlies, who really shouldn't be doing well, and I don't think that they are doing very well. The Heat, 14-42. you know what, man? Dwayne Wade can only carry them so much. The Mavericks have won 4 games, and the Grizzlies have won 7. That is yikes. And then taking a look at the Western Conference standings, the Nuggets have 44-13. The Thunder and Warriors both at 40-17. The Kings at 35-22, tied with the Lakers. I would show you stats, but I'm going to show you stats at the end of the year anyway. So, I mean, there's really no point in just showing you them twice. Points per game, Thunder lead the league. The Grizzlies are worse than the league. Points allowed, the Mavericks are the worst, and the Hawks are the best. Differential, you can see that there. Field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. And we're going to go ahead and just go all the way over to points. I want to see who has scored the most points in the league this year. I'm pretty sure I just passed it. Yes, I did. Okay. The Thunder have scored the most points, and most points given up is the Mavericks, and the least amount of points given up is the Hawks. So we are going to see who made the All-Star team. All-Star participants. All right, you got LeBron, Kevin Durant, Dirk Nowitzki, Russell Westbrook, Derrick Rose, Vince Carter, Kawhi Leonard, Kyrie Irving, DeMar DeRozan, Tony Parker, Kemba Walker, and Nikola Jokic. And then for the Team Stephen team, yeah, Steph, D-Wade, Melo, AD, Giannis, Chris Paul, James Harden, Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard, John Wall, Pau Gasol, John Wall. I don't think I said John Wall, but you know, it's okay. Dunk contest, those 4, 3-point contest, all of them. So it should be pretty interesting to see who ends up with the top seed in both conferences, because it's kind of a tight race for both conferences. LeBron leading the MVP race. Doesn't really matter about Rookie of the Year. Sixth Man of the Year is Dragic. Defensive Player of the Year. Yo, almost 15 rebounds for Anthony Davis with 3 blocks. Dwight with 3 blocks. That's pretty insane. Most improved player doesn't matter because they just take last year's stats, and you know, if you do, you guys understand. So we're gonna go ahead and now simulate to the end of the year, and let's see if the Sixers end up with the number 1 seed. Stephen Curry wins the MVP award. 30 points, 11 assists with 2 steals, 50.5% from the field, pretty much 44% from 3. Yo, 11 assists? That's insane. The most he's got in his career is 8.5. 11 assists a game, bro. That's crazy. Trae Young, Rookie of the Year, 23 points on the awful Dallas Mavericks. Goran Dragic, Sixth Man of the Year. Anthony Davis, Defensive Player of the Year, 14.6 rebounds and basically 3 blocks and 1.5 steals. And Billy Donovan, Coach of the Year. The Thunder go 63-19. Obviously, I mean, they're going to be first in the Western Conference. All-NBA first team. There you go. All-NBA second team. There you go. All-NBA third team. There you go as well. Surprised DeRozan made it. Average 28.5. I mean, never mind. Average 28.5 points per game. You can definitely make an all-NBA team. All-defensive first team and all-defensive second team. With the all-rookie first team, all-rookie second team. I mean, those don't really matter a whole lot. Now, the playoff bracket. And also, I totally forgot to mention this at the beginning of the video, but to ensure that no trades happen, I mean, I could have just done the whole, you know, no CPU trades, but I just usered every team, you know, just to make sure. So this is what the playoff bracket is looking like. The Thunder are the 1 seed in the West. The Bucks are the 1 seed in the East. So it should be interesting to see if those two actually end up facing each other. The Hawks end up with the 3 seed. Nuggets 2, Warriors 3. I definitely thought they would be 2. But we are going to go ahead, look at the season stats right here. League leader Steph led the league in points per game with 30. Dwayne Wade with 28. Giannis with pretty much 26. Isaiah Thomas with 25 points, 7 assists, 1 steal. Barely any rebounds, kind of surprising. Dude's like 9 feet tall. Derrick Rose, 25 points. Kyle Lowry with 24.5. LeBron damn near averaged a triple-double on the season. That is crazy. James Harden for the Thunder, basically like 23.5 points and 9 assists and 2 steals. Dirk, 23 points. Let's go ahead and check out the rebounds. Let's see if there's any crazy rebounding numbers. Bam Adebayo with 14, but really nothing else. Kevin Love with 13. Tristan Thompson with 13. I just want to see the season highs. All right, so Steph had the highest amount of points in the season with 55 points. Isaiah Thomas made 13 threes. Isaiah Thomas made 13 threes. Damn. Anthony Davis made 18 free throws. Giannis attempted 22 free throws. Anthony Davis had the most rebounds in the game with 26. And Damari Carroll had 20 rebounds? What? He had 20. What? Okay. Westbrook had 20 assists. Rondo had 9 steals. Anthony Davis with 10 blocks. Yo, I got to go to Damari Carroll. I forget which team he's on, but I got to try to find DeMarre Carroll, because I need to see how many rebounds he ended up having in that game. He averaged 8.5 on the year. How many rebounds? He had 22 rebounds. DeMarre Carroll with 22 rebounds. Would you look at that? All right. We're going to go ahead and now look at the assists per game. Rondo with pretty much 11.5. Westbrook with 10.5. The steals per game. Rondo with 2.7. Blocks. Dwight Howard with 3.1. Wade with the most turnovers, and the field goal percentage doesn't really matter a whole lot. And then team stats, I mean, if it really matters to you guys, then, you know, there you go. But I don't really think it matters too much. So let's go ahead now see who ends up winning in the first round of these NBA playoffs. Let's see if the Timberwolves can pull off the upset against the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Pistons have been taken out by the Milwaukee Bucks, just like they did in real life. The Cavs have been eliminated by the Bulls. That's kind of surprising, kind of. The Suns have been eliminated by the Kings. Timberwolves get knocked out by the Thunder. Hawks get taken out by the Magic. Clippers get taken out by the Warriors. And Sixers get taken out by the Nets. And then the Nuggets lose to the Lakers. So you got Thunder Kings, Warriors Lakers, not Magic, Bucks Bulls, and Magic and Nets. Wow. I definitely did not think the Sixers would lose whatsoever. I definitely thought that they would make it to the finals, without a doubt. Kyle Korver with 28 points in Game 7. That's crazy. All right, so now here we go. Quarterfinals or semifinals, however you want to call it. The Thunder with their lineup. I mean, really, realistically, they should win, but we'll see what ends up happening. Will the Warriors sweep the Lakers? Yes, they will. Yep, Lakers have been swept. The Nets have been swept. And it is looking like it is the Bulls losing to the Bucks. So it is Thunder Warriors, Bucks and Magic. This should be actually a good series for both teams, actually. Because, I mean, they're kind of both evenly matched except for the starting center position. Because, I mean, other than the starting center position, I mean, really, they're pretty evenly matched. I said the same thing twice, but you know what? It's fine. The Bucks, led by Brogdon, Powell, Giannis, Dirk, and Bogut. And then for the Magic, I mean, honestly, I don't see the Magic doing well in this sim, but, I mean, it could be a lot worse, you know? Let's just see who ends up advancing to the NBA Finals. I think it's going to be Thunder and Bucks, but I definitely could be wrong. Yep, Warriors get eliminated, and it is going to be the Oklahoma City Thunder versus the Milwaukee Bucks. All right, first game goes to the Bucks. End up winning 140-126. It was pretty much Harden, Durant, and Westbrook, and nobody else helped them whatsoever. Dirk and Giannis both with 30-plus points. Giannis almost had a triple-double. Game 2 goes to the Thunder. End up winning by 19 points. Westbrook almost a triple-double. Giannis and Dirk. I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just going to be Giannis and Dirk leading the way, except, of course, as soon as I say that, Dirk only scores 14 points, but wow, not really good numbers there from just everybody. I definitely was expecting a little bit more scoring. All right, can the Bucks go up 3-1? Yes, they can. Giannis with 20 and 16, Dirk with 35 and 7 with 4 steals, Durant with only 21 points. James Harden fouled out, so did Eric Bledsoe. Let's see if the Oklahoma City Thunder can come back. No, they can't. The Milwaukee Bucks, according to 2K, the Milwaukee Bucks have the best team when you put the players back on their originally drafted teams and you put them in their prime. Giannis Antetokounmpo in 5 games, 31 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, almost 3 steals, 56% from the field, 38.5% from 3. So that is going to do it. This is the final team that ended up winning it. Honestly, I'm not really too surprised that they ended up winning it. I definitely thought the Bulls would go farther. I thought that where was the team with a lot of depth? There's a team with a lot of depth. I just totally forget. The Nets, I mean, without a point guard, I wasn't expecting them to do too much. There was a team with a lot of depth. I just totally forget who it is, but there was a team with a lot of depth. I thought the Rockets would win something. The Rockets didn't even make it to the playoffs. So that is going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you guys did enjoy. Sorry for going MIA. Just wasn't really having fun with 2K, but you know what? We're back now. I'm gonna start doing things that I think are fun. And if you don't like it, then, well, there's the unsubscribe button. But hey, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know if you guys want to see more videos like this. Like I said at the beginning of the video, the roster is available for download. Just search my PSN at CSB_YT. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys all next time.